all the whole Remy and Pap situation, none of it was true?
I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have been open in all my relationships that I've had. Mm-hmm. All of them. Well, I mean, I've probably had 4 boyfriends online so far.
Let's just, I don't know.
I don't know.
They're both nice. They both nice. But it would have to be new lyrics now. Right? Because Joe Jack,
Is Papoose being held back in their marriage by Remy? People are talking because Remy still won't let Pap leave, and he's out here pleading for a divorce. Claressa Shields is prepared to step in and help her regain her composure because things have gone so out of control. According to rumors, Pap may be pursuing that alimony check, so this isn't simply about love anymore. Not to mention that Pap preserved Remy's reputation by holding her down while she was imprisoned. Remy still won't let Pap leave, even though she's earning money and becoming close to Easy the Block Captain, who has already moved on with younger women. Claressa Shields isn't having any of it, and it's getting crazy. Recently, Claressa has become really affectionate toward Pap. She even called him King Pap in a birthday message she shared on Instagram, expressing her gratitude for his love, humor, music, and leadership. She joked about delivering him birthday punches and concluded with the words, "Love you, Pappy." Although those punches from her must have hurt, it was nevertheless lovely. Claressa is obviously all in, though. The issue? It hasn't been ringed by Pap yet. And why? Due to Remy's refusal to sign those divorce documents. Pap claims that he has been requesting a divorce on several occasions, and Remy incites more controversy each time. And this is more than just rumors, everyone. They have the receipts. Do you recall when Remy disclosed those texts between Claressa and Pap? The tea was hot. Claressa was obviously annoyed. "You're the one who's married," she texted him. "Tell me you got it home safely if you can't be with me in person." She cares, which is why she said what she did. Remy didn't stop there either. Remy went further, claiming that Pap had threatened to report her to the police. She even claimed to have recorded him becoming violent. Pap disputed any of this, but he did add that Remy is upset with him because he has moved on. Not to mention that Remy was cuddled up with Easy the Block Captain on Christmas 2023. You all recall the rap fight in which she declared her love for him outright. How come you're in love with someone else yet still refuse to let Pap go? Someone please explain this one.
Don't you love me? Yeah. See right there, that's the punchline! That's the punchline!
Hold on though, because things get even more crazy than they already are. Recently, Claressa and Pap provided fans a glimpse into their romantic life, demonstrating their serious relationship aspirations. You guys weren't holding back as the two left for a romantic Valentine's Day getaway. In Hawaii, they were photographed having a great time, soaking in the sun, taking in the atmosphere, and appearing happier than ever. Naturally, Pap was unable to avoid work, even when on a romantic vacation. Taking care to write on Threads, he wrote, "The show was amazing. A lot of celebs appeared. This year, we're making history and shattering records." It appears that in addition to moving on, Pap is also leveling up.
You ready?
Claressa was busy securing hearts while Pap was out here securing the bag. She shared the cutest video of herself singing to her partner on the beach, saying, "Just the two of us. We can make it if we try." You know, that was cheesy, but it was true. The kind of love that both makes you smile and roll your eyes. Pap and Claressa weren't holding back either. Regardless of who is still clinging to the past, it's obvious that they're all in and not simply having fun.
The two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Unfortunately, this is when things get grave. They weren't the only ones getting jiggy with it. Rumor has it that Pap had a romantic vacation planned for a while, and here's the thing. It wasn't simply relaxing in Hawaii. In order to have his big romantic moment and pop the question to Claressa on Valentine's Day, he apparently wanted to complete his divorce from Remy before the vacation ended. Imagine that. I mean, it would have been ideal. Hawaii, the atmosphere, the love in the air. However, can you guess who intervened and destroyed everything? Remy, you guessed it. And why? Because she wasn't happy with the way things were going with her new partner, Easy the Block Captain. To prevent Pap from going on, she is currently out here playing games. Let's face it, Remy is not blind. She has witnessed Pap providing Claressa with the same steadfast support that he used to provide her. That must hurt, you know. Do you recall when Pap performed as Claressa entered the ring at her major boxing match? That was a whole new level of ride-or-die energy, not simply support. And witnessing him act in such a manner for a different woman? Yes, Remy is undoubtedly upset about that in some manner. However, you have to ask yourself if there's more going on here or if Remy is just being a resentful ex. The way she's clinging to you all is making you ask, what are you terrified of? Reports are now emerging with a completely different twist, and believe me, it's juicy. It turns out that pride or even love isn't the true reason Remy won't sign the divorce papers. The money is the main concern. Yes, she is aware that Pap may come for the alimony bag, but she has no intention of coughing over the money. You see, when one spouse earns more than the other, the financially weaker spouse frequently is entitled to spousal maintenance following the divorce. Furthermore, let's not act as though Pap wasn't the one keeping it in place for all those years. When determining alimony, courts typically consider three important factors: the length of the couple's marriage, the disparity in their incomes, and the contributions made throughout the marriage. Furthermore, it presents a sobering picture when you lay out Remy and Pap's past. They spent 11 years together, which is more than 10 years of creating a life together. Their romance began in 2004, they were married in 2008, and their relationship came to a formal end in 2023. But hold on, things get much crazier from here. Not only did they tie the knot in 2008, but they also did so over the phone when Remy was incarcerated. Take a moment to process that. Over the phone. I don't know what dedication is if that isn't it. What about Pap? He held her down the entire time, not just hanging around. Remy was there when he received his prison term in 2008. In 2014, she got out, and guess what? He remained there. In 2015, they even celebrated their love with the world with a large-scale televised wedding ceremony. In 2018, they gave birth to their daughter, Reminisce Mackenzie, who represents the family they have worked so hard to create. Given everything that Pap has done, it is understandable that, after giving his all for so long, he might feel entitled to a small amount of money. What about Remy? Yes, she is most certainly not attempting to allow it to occur.
The most amazing, beautiful, sexy, smart, intelligent woman I ever met in my life. I love you more than anything in the world, as you know.
You want to know if I'll marry you again?
What I want to say is, will you marry me again?
There is no doubting that Pap supported Remy during some of the most trying years of her life. And now that we're discussing who should be supported, Pap has a strong argument. However, since this is where things become really complicated, let's speak about the money. How much is Remy worth? It is estimated to be over $4 million, which is significantly greater than Pap's claimed net worth. Remy knows that Pap will probably receive that alimony check when she looks at those divorce documents, and it won't be a tiny one either. Record sales, reality TV, appearances, and even her clothing brand account for a significant portion of Remy's wealth. Not to be overlooked is her debut album, There's Something About Remy, based on a true story, released in 2006. Even though she didn't achieve the same level of fame as some of her friends, she maintained her respect because of the album's critical success. She has received 4 nominations and 1 win for Best Female Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards. It's no little accomplishment. So Pap, the man who supported her during her time in prison, stayed by her side and reared their daughter, and he is left with nothing as she accumulates millions. He's coming for that alimony bag. You can be sure of it.
I want to thank God first and foremost. I've been through a lot. To everybody who think there's no such thing as second chances, I'm here to tell you that's a lie.
Let's face it though, Remy wasn't really out of the game even after she was imprisoned. She continued to be involved in the music industry by releasing multiple mixtapes while incarcerated. Who was out there marketing and making money off of those tracks, do you know? Papa. He was working hard for her rather than merely waiting around. When she was unable to accomplish it herself, he preserved her reputation. He was promoting her music, keeping the money coming in, and ensuring that people didn't forget about her. And that's genuine labor, not just affection. You can be sure that Remy made a significant amount of money from that labor, money that she would not have had if Pap hadn't held it down. It makes sense that he is now retaliating. In addition to providing her with emotional support, he developed her brand when she was unable to accomplish it on her own.
Were you surprised when Pap was one of the narrative? After you guys said it, you just knew he was on it. And I thought that was like a real stand-up thing to do.
He's one of a kind. I could definitely say that.
Remy and Pap wasted no time when she was finally freed in 2014. With VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York, they brought their love story to the small screen and the audience loved it. However, it didn't end there. Additionally, they were awarded multiple spin-offs. And guess who was there to make those checks happen? Papa. Nor was he merely a supporting character. He played a significant role in the plot. People tuned in because of their family, their love, and their hardships. Just as famous as Remy's return was Pap's devotion. Let's face it, Pap was equally as much of the main attraction as Remy. In summary, he did more than just provide her with emotional support. He also contributed to the development of the brand that generated the TV checks. If Remy is delaying filing for divorce due to financial concerns, Pap has every reason to.
It was dope. Besides the great performances, it was one small, tiny, itsy incident with Rye and Remy and his friends, but it was nothing.
Trying to shoot someone in the round.
It was one little fight, nowhere near me. Like a football field.
Not to mention that Remy Ma debuted the Remy Ma collection in 2018, another bad one. But you know what? That was also made possible by Pap, who was standing there. The decision to donate a portion of the sales to support women and families impacted by incarceration was undoubtedly a significant one. Let's not pretend, however, that Pap wasn't actively pushing that line. He wasn't merely providing support from the sidelines. He was making sure that apparel was seen by wearing it to events and flaunting it. Like a one-man PR machine, he raised awareness of the brand. Let's face it, he was performing the type of promotion for which influencers are paid a lot of money, and he wasn't receiving any compensation for it. For her, he did it for them. As a result, when discussing Remy's financial manipulation, we must also discuss how hard Pap worked behind the scenes to support the development of that brand. Can we honestly say that he doesn't deserve a cut at this point?
My presence, Miss Remy Ma, Mr. Papoose, really the hip-hop's Hollywood couple right now. Y'all need your own show. That's what everybody.
Chasen Scott, Remy's teenage son at the time, was not left on his own while she was incarcerated. Pap stepped up as a father figure as well as Remy's man. Without hesitation, he assumed the duty of ensuring Jason's care and stability during his mother's absence. That is no trivial matter. Taking care of someone else's child, particularly when they are still a teenager, that is a significant sacrifice. However, Pap did it because he is a man of such nature. Then the disaster struck. Chasen's life took a turn for the worse after Remy left. He was ultimately taken into custody and charged with significant crimes related to a deadly incident that occurred in Queens, New York, in 2021. In addition to other connected allegations, he is currently facing first-degree murder charges. Investigators are also investigating the possibility that this was a for-hire case. It is, to put it mildly, terrible, and it makes it clear how much stability Pap offered when Remy was unable to. He kept the house running smoothly, looked after her child, and kept everything in order. You can't buy that. You probably understand exactly what that implies, though, if you're Remy. Returning to this tumultuous divorce, it appears that Remy is aware that Pap has a compelling case for alimony, not only due to the money, but also to the sacrifices and support he provided for her family. What role does Claressa play in this? She's furious, and with good reason. Claressa's entire future with Pap is being delayed by Remy's tardiness. And don't assume that Claressa is the kind of person who would just sit quietly and wait for it to happen. For her, this is more than a casual relationship. She's all in, referring to Pap as her everything, her love and her king. She is displaying her affection for him, showing him off, and making it plain that she is not playing games. She desires her partner and wants him to be free.
I love really, really, really hard. But I'm happy to, love somebody who wanna, love somebody back. You know what I'm saying? He is such a sweetheart. Ain't nobody tell him to tie my goddamn boot either, but he said it wasn't laced right, so he laced it right. He's so funny.
They are now trapped, so let's dissect it. Since Pap is still legally bound to Remy, Claressa is unable to even pursue a relationship with him. Imagine being prepared to begin a new life with someone, but a huge obstacle is standing in your way. And that obstacle, Remy. She doesn't simply get in the way, she always stirs things up. Claressa finds herself caught in the midst of an endless cycle of turmoil. Any woman would be incensed in Claressa's position. Let's face it, she is still caught up in his ex's drama while loving and supporting this man. It is tiresome, disorganized, and frustrating. You must now wonder how much longer Claressa can actually be patient. Will she continue to wait, or will she insist on actual responses and action? The most important question of all is whether Remy is staying because she still loves Pap, or whether her main goal is to keep the alimony bag intact. Will Claressa remain in the midst of all of this or leave the mayhem? How long should Pap wait until Remy finally lets him go, really?